Narcissistic abuse shatters your sense of self, and so it's not surprising that a lot of people, when they come out of a relationship with a narcissist, or they realize they've been dealing with a narcissist for some time in any capacity, they have this need, this desire to self-isolate because they just want to put the pieces back together. And it's almost like you don't want any outside interference. It's common when someone comes out of a long entanglement with a narcissist that one of two things often happens. One is because they've escaped this person and they feel trauma bonded, they feel this void, the absence of that person. A lot of times they'll find themselves in the hand of another narcissist. Or they self-isolate, which is what this video is about. Because if you've essentially lost your identity because you were with somebody for so long who disassembled everything about you, they made you feel shameful of everything that you valued. They pushed you away from people that matter to you. They made you doubt yourself. They made you not like yourself as much as you used to. And maybe one of the worst things is when you're with a narcissist, you do catch glimpses of those parts of them that are broken. And in a way, you want to help them, especially those very high in empathy. You really want to help the narcissist. And of course, the narcissist is all too welcoming of any assistance, support, empathy you're willing to put their way. So you pour yourself into the narcissist. You pour yourself, you give your all. And at the end of the day, not only do you find that you cannot heal that person, but also you found that you've given everything to that person and you really have nothing left for yourself. Because narcissists, they are like an empty cup. They are an empty bucket full of holes. And they only ever liked you because they saw you as a full cup, a full bucket, somebody with a lot to give, somebody who's not only nurturing, but you have enough substance in yourself to nourish them. You are, they see you as being able to nourish their void and make them feel whole. But the problem is, because their bucket does have holes in it, they can't hold on to anything valuable you give them for long before they're right back into their old self, their old ways. But you soon feel depleted. You soon feel like you've given all your personal resources to this person. And when you're in that situation long enough, where you, once being this person full of empathy, go-gettingness, this optimistic attitude, positive mindset and all that, you find yourself pouring all that into the narcissist until you have nothing left to give. And then you realize you didn't have any lasting impact on them. So you end up feeling empty. The narcissist doing what narcissists do would have constantly made you doubt yourself. They would have made you feel shameful of all the good things about yourself. They would have projected upon you in every way that they could their own frustrations, their own lacking, their own inner turmoil, rage, anger. So once you come out of that, you do come out of a narcissistic relationship. having an all-time low sense of self-worth, self-confidence. You don't really know who you are anymore. And frankly, you'll never be that person that you once were again. You know, you do want to remember who you were so you can start thinking how you can start rebuilding, because you want to have some baseline from which to rebuild. But once you've had this encounter with a narcissist, you'll never be the same person, the exact same person you were before. In isolation, being away from people, it's just a natural reflex, because healing takes time. Rebuilding yourself takes time. And at some level, you can't heal, you can't put your pieces back together if you're going to expose yourself to too many people at the risk of maybe another narcissist, another sociopath, another toxic person all of a sudden finds their way into your life and they disassemble you again. At some level, by self-isolating, you might be giving yourself a better chance at healing, rebuilding yourself, bringing yourself back together in a strong way. And importantly, if you ignored the red flags before and you found yourself getting in too deep with somebody who inevitably would have displayed red flags, but you did it anyway, of course there's going to be this question, which is, do you even trust your own judgment? You might think, I really need to get to know myself. I really need to get to know my maladaptive ways of thinking and behaving, because if not, you'll just ignore these red flags again in another person and find yourself in a repeat situation, and you'll find yourself being shattered again once more. So it's very common for people, when they come out of this kind of entanglement with somebody who was highly manipulative, highly egocentric, highly abusive, highly opportunistic, where you just want to work on yourself before you open your heart up to another person again. And importantly, you need to gain this new perspective on things, on yourself, to really understand what is a healthy relationship and what is it that you want. What you really want is to stand on stronger ground again, where you can actually put yourself back out there with intent, in a way where you actually want to make something good for yourself and of your life. You don't want to be very just kind of randomly putting yourself back out there to be abused again. So sometimes that self-isolation is quite key. It's one of the only ways you can really sufficiently recover and put your best foot forward